Kawanai. What a terrible name for a business. I mean, literally in Japanese it means don't buy. Now, if I tell you that my service is a monthly furniture rental in Tokyo, it might make more sense. First, I want to start with some kind of short story. So this is me after my graduation from Rikyo. So when you graduate in Japan or your exchange program is over, you can find an internship or a job, or you can just go home. But if you go home, it means you have to leave your apartment, and so you have to get rid of your furniture. I actually had a friend. She had to pay 15,000 for a company to come to her place to get rid of her bed. I thought she was like an outlier. But actually, this other friend had to pay 13,000. And then this third friend had to pay 10,000. I think it's more like a scam, but it was all in Japanese, so I guess it didn't. And anyways, I kind of stole their problem, and I summed it up with like two cute icons. So first, they had a money problem. When they first arrived in Japan, just like everyone, they had to pay for their flight, they had to pay for the first rent, and so on. And if on top of that, they had to pay 100,000 yen for their furniture, then you might have some problem, especially if you have bank restrictions for international transfer, this kind of thing. The second problem is more like a mindset problem. Do you really want to pay to throw things out? I mean, literally pay to throw things out. A company is going to come to your apartment to throw your furniture. And then the other big problem is the convenience. When you arrive in Tokyo and you live in an unfurnished apartment, then you have a problem is that you might have to end up sleeping on the floor for a few days because you cannot go to IKEA. And when you finally find time to go to IKEA and get your mattress, just like many gaijin, you end up with your mattress in the subway. And I'm saying it's my friend problem, but it's slightly bigger than that. Actually, in Japan right now, there are 2.5 million foreigners, and recently, I think yesterday, a new policy was voted, and so there will be an additional 500,000 foreigners. There will be, on top of that, the Japanese government wants per year 300,000 exchange students, which means just in Tokyo, 10% of the Tokyoites people are actually in their 20s, and in their 20s are foreigners. So obviously, I know I cannot target all those people. Some people want to live in a dormitory or in a share house, but even if you live in a dormitory, you might want an additional rice cooker, or you might want an additional closet, or whatever for your stuff. So what if we could divide their spending by 2? So this is an average that I made with my friend. So they spent during a year in Tokyo 120,000 yen. Now if they use instead the service that I want to propose, paying 500 yen per month for their furniture per piece, they would end up paying less than that. But I'm saying furniture rental, but you might be wondering, what the fuck is furniture rental, right? Actually, furniture rental is pretty easy. You select online what you want, you select where you want me to deliver the furniture, and also where and when, so that you don't have to sleep on the floor. Then monthly payment. You don't need to have 2 million yen on your bank account. We just need a bit of money every month that you pay to the service. And finally, you have the choice. I mean, at any time you can cancel your subscription, return the furniture, or you can decide to own it if you fell in love with this cute lamp. And finally, if you broke it, or if you want to change the color, you can also replace it. Now, obviously, for the business model, I expect 95% of the revenue, to come from the monthly rental, but I also expect 5% of the people to want to keep the item after they rented it for some time. In terms of competition, we have some design-focused company that also has English web page, so it's called Kamak. Then we have this company that is also design-focused, but they have absolutely nothing for foreigners. Then we have Kashite and Airroom that are two growing companies that are a bit more price sensitive, so they brand themselves at the 500 yen per item per month. And then we have, hopefully, Kawanai. Kawanai would be really more foreigner friendly. Not only the language on the website, but also the whole experience would be more foreigner friendly. Now, in terms of milestone, I got my first customer this month, and it's actually a neighbor, so I didn't have to use my website, but I have a website that is not fully automated yet, where I can still receive email from people and reply to them. Then by March of next year, if I have some items, I want to already store it in Saitama, because it's quite cheap, and use a mini truck to transport the items. Before September of next year, I want to have a fully functioning website and have it translated to Chinese also, because it's a big market. And finally, in exactly 1 year, I want to have the whole automated process with hopefully employee number 1. Now, if you want to know more, you can visit Kawanai, or you can just come to talk to me or visit my website.
Hi, thank you very much. I thought you're really trying to fix a pain point in Japan. I just have a few questions on your business model. What would you do with older furniture that you probably can't keep renting out, especially if your customers want newer furniture? And what about different levels of quality of what your customers would want? Or would you only choose one level of say an IKEA level of quality furniture for starting?
Right. So I didn't mention it in the pitch, but actually I really want to start first. So you see on Facebook, on Craigslist and so on, because I don't have much capital right now, I want to start by getting free furniture. So there are people who, because they don't want, just like my friend, to pay 15,000. Actually, my friends were kind of begging me, like, please take my washing machine. Like, where do I put a washing machine, right? But I want to first start getting this furniture for free, assess the quality, and then it would depend on the price would obviously depend on the quality. Now, as I said, I'm not going to be design quality focused. I'm going to be like the kind of cheap and very foreigner friendly. Does it answer your question a bit? Yeah.
You just said by yourself that where am I going to put it? Now, about this washing machine, right? My interest is that what is your cost? Because if you need to keep it somewhere, you need to rent a warehouse.
Yes.
And you won't be putting it out all the time, right? And the other thing is that you need to deliver from one house to one house. So there must be quite a cost going, and I was wondering if that really matches with your sales.
Right, that makes sense. Actually, it's a very good question. Everybody's asking about the cost. I think, well, we found, thanks to the help of the mentors, we found actually some warehouse in Saitama. That's why I mentioned Saitama. You can rent it for 8 to 10,000 yen. So actually, the biggest cost wouldn't be the warehouse. It would be the transportation, so the fuel that you put in your car. Now, I guess this cost, if the person is just changing every month, I guess the cost is going to be higher for this person to rent. I don't know if you see what I mean. Like, for example, you can choose from the beginning to say, just like any software as a service, right? You can choose from the beginning, hey, I'm going to rent this washing machine for 12 months, then the price you're going to pay is smaller, right? But if the person is just safer and saying, I'm going to rent for 1 month, then the price this person is going to pay at the beginning is going to be higher to cover the transportation cost. Yeah.
So this is just a comment for me, but I think you should definitely just target on the B side, like business people like me. So like you should collaborate with housing company, and I'm pretty much interested in collaborating with you because we know where the Airbnb user like owners who want to throw away their furniture for free, and I have massive amount of connection with them. So like I think you would work really well with a lot of companies. Yeah. So
that's true because I'm currently staying still in a share house. I haven't talked to them yet, but again with the mentor we were talking. Maybe in the future, starting to talk with real estate agencies and share housing company, and try to see if we could have a partnership. Because there are also share houses that want to renew their furniture, but the furniture still there are still quite good, and that we could use for other people. So
yeah, I think you have a really good business model if you target both like C side and B side. Yeah, just a comment.
10 seconds, so let's just call it there.